OnePlus has just expanded its portfolio and launched their first ever pad. The Android tablet market so far has been dominated by the likes of Samsung and Xiaomi. Outside of the Android ecosystem, Apple's iPads are unparalleled, so having some fresh competition in the game is always a good thing. But can OnePlus carry on its flagship killer legacy and take the prize for the best tablet in the market? Let's find out. OnePlus has launched the pad in just one color, the Halo Green. It has a matte finish back with a pattern on it, and overall it looks quite nice. The pad is quite slim at only 6.7 mm of thickness. It has a slight curve in the back and the front which gives you good grip. The camera has been placed in the horizontal orientation. We find that the 3.5 mm headphone jack is missing here, which is a disappointment. There's also no SIM card slot. On the side we get the volume rocker and the power button is on the top. On the business end of things, we get a 11.6-inch 2K resolution display unit with a 144Hz refresh rate. The display is surrounded by a uniform 6.7mm bezels on all sides, which is quite nice and symmetrical. Though the display is an IPS LCD panel, it does a good job of reproducing color and is quite bright at 500 nits of peak brightness. We get Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos support. Now the speaker system on this is phenomenal. The pad has 4 speakers embedded in it that deliver crisp and loud audio. The pad makes for a great device to watch content. The 144Hz refresh rate makes it a great device to play games on as well. Speaking of gaming performance, the pad is powered by the mighty MediaTek Dimensity 9000 chipset, which doesn't let you down at any point. We played Asphalt on max settings and the device didn't show any signs of heating up even through long periods of gaming. Daily tasks such as making documents, using social media or watching videos is a breeze for this device. And the performance of the pad is strong no matter what you throw at it. There's 2 storage variants available, the 8GB 128GB and the 12GB 256GB. You can also purchase additional accessories for the pad such as a magnetic keyboard and a stylus. The keyboard has a tiny trackpad that you can use. The only downside of the keyboard is that you can't adjust the angle of the pad once it's attached. The key travel though is extremely nice and the trackpad, despite its size, does a good job. You can even use the keyboard to play games on the device, which is a nice touch. The stylus has touch controls and can be attached magnetically to the pad. It can be used to draw or take notes on the Notes app. The stylus doesn't have functionality throughout the pad and you might need to download additional apps based on your usage. With time, hopefully, more function would be given to the stylus. The keyboard can be purchased for an additional 8,000 rupees and the stylus for an additional 5,000 rupees, which is on the pricier side of things as per us. The OnePlus Pad runs on Oxygen OS 13.1 based on Android 13. You get an extra dock at the bottom and you can use apps in split screen mode as well, but there is no extra floating window that we see on other pads. We're sure though that with time OnePlus will introduce updates that lend itself to this form factor. Coming to the cameras, the pad has an 8MP front camera and a 13MP rear camera. The performance of both the cameras are quite average. The 8MP sensor is quite good for video conferencing, which we assume is the intended purpose. The rear camera can take decent photos in sufficient light but struggles with low light performance. The pad is powered by a massive 9510 mAh battery with 67W fast charging. The battery lasts quite long and the fast charging powers the device up quickly. OnePlus has always been generous with their battery sizes and charging speeds, so we expected nothing less from the pad. As a first attempt at a pad, OnePlus has done a solid job. As a multimedia and gaming device, the OnePlus Pad is stellar, though work still needs to be done on making the OS more tab-like. A dedicated SIM card slot, fingerprint scanner, and headphone jack are some things we believe would have elevated the experience of this device. With prices starting at 37,999, the OnePlus Pad is an option worth considering,